Good morning, everyone. This is Rafeka, and today we are playing some Earthbound Hallow's End. This is our second shot at the Mara's Demon statue, and I'm hoping that it goes a little bit better. We have a little bit better idea of what to expect. The first phase being very much about magic. So we're gonna get these energy shields up for the first round. Actually, I think we're gonna go Craig. And we're not gonna go too overboard here, but we are just gonna throw a couple Breeze Omegas down. Because this thing is weak to it, and it does a ton of damage. Okay, Craig is now safe. Honestly, I think we're getting to the point now where Sally does a life up beta, Craig does a life up epsilon, and Clyde just attacks. Yeah, there's not a whole lot we can do here. It didn't use Brain Shock last time. Well, that was take two. Okay. We have to reset. So, I'll be back to you after the cutscene. Okay. Take three. So, new thought. I think I'm going to use the lower tier of energy shield rather than the one that reflects. Just gotta keep the freeze coming. You know, when we use Electroshock, I feel like I hit less than 50% of the time. I'm just saying. Yeah, I think that's gonna be our first Omega. Keep it coming. This phase is particularly weak to freeze. There we go. What? Transformed after the attack. That's lame. Okay, Electroshock, Shield, Shuriken. Two out of 6. We just paid 24 mana for 2 out of 6. Kill that shield again. And we'll continue trying Electro Miss. Okay, okay. And that brings us to phase 3 already, so that's good. And we got 2 hits on it. I'll take it. I think I'm going to actually have Craig toss and Poison Dart. Offense drop. I think our shields are still good. Let's go with a freeze and a bash. A crit. Shields back up. And life up again. Okay. I am so happy to see that Clyde's spot, or the demon's body solidified there. That basically buys me a turn, which is kind of awesome. This feels like it's going much better than the first time. Actually, those solidifies we just got were clutch. Like, that's a big deal. Unfortunately, we're starting to run out of ice cream. We've gotten so lucky with these freezes. I gotta just keep going. The very idea that I would be defeated by humans is simply inconceivable. Okay, that went much better than last time. Is that it? Let's see what the postgame is. Now that we've defeated this statue, we can... Wait, what just happened? You darn kids, what have you done? Oh snap, it's Old Man Gant. Man, my head is killing me. Hey, you stupid kids. So my yelling finally got through to you. Huh? I've been wandering around my house for the past several hours, smashing my stuff and stealing things from my cabinets. Now you've destroyed my priceless statue, you horrible little monsters. We were here the whole time? Get out of my house now. Okay, old man, but first I have an important question. Got any candy? Get out! Okay. Man, what a horrible day. I want to go home now. Yeah, let's go. It was all a dream, huh? Hey, kid. Wait, that voice. It was not all a dream. Hey, kid. That's the voice I kept hearing in my head. Where's it coming from? Over here, kid. Face? You did good, kid. I knew you'd be able to hear me. The voice was real after all. It was coming from a vase. That's a relief. It means I'm totally not crazy. Well, time to leave. Wait! Gant bought that statue of Mara a few weeks ago. Up until then, I was the most valuable thing in his collection. Old Man Gant bought that horrible thing, like on purpose? Yeah, he's a real collector. Always buying valuable artifacts. Fortunately, he didn't seem to know that the statue actually contained a sinister spirit that created twisted illusions. When you destroyed the statue, the spirit was destroyed. So the whole thing was just an illusion. And it's good you got out when you did. The longer you stay in the illusion world, the more damaging it is to your mind. The illusions seen reflect the minds of those experiencing them, and they'd only get more bizarre and disjointed as time goes on. Surely you noticed something like that happening, right? Okay. You're giving me some justifications for your weird gimmicks. But you listened to me and were able to destroy the statue, which means now I can resume my position as the most valuable artifact in the house. Yeah, I'm sure it is not evil. Life is good. What a waste of time. I'm out of here. Okay. See, that's what happened. I wonder when we first entered the illusion. It's probably as soon as we entered Gant's house. That must be why we saw the statue. We never saw the statue inside. So that means our powers are just a product of the illusion. Wait, we don't have our powers anymore? Oh man. Hey, you never had any to begin with. Anyway, that's not even the worst part. Oh no, it gets worse? I've already suffered enough psychological trauma from all this. Yeah, and we didn't get any candy in the end. You're seriously still thinking about candy? You really do have a one-track mind. Guys, you see what time it is? School's gonna start in a few hours. For this stupid weekend, I think school will be a welcome relief. I'm gonna head home and get some sleep before school. Feels like I've been up for days. I'm heading home too. See you guys at school. Is it really all an illusion? It seems so real. To be continued? Oh. Okay. Yeah, to be continued. Getting credit sequence. Music. Dot dot dot. We're getting some ellipses. Question mark. Title screen. Wait, what? What's going on? I'm very confused right now. Several weeks later, on December 14th. Okay. Epilogue scene. Aha, take that. Alright, I won. Am I good at this game or what? What does that sign mean? Sorry, I guess I'm not really into it today. Huh? Why not? It's just... You see what's happening to Sally, right? She's been really quiet and despondent ever since Halloween. Yeah, I know what you mean. She used to be so much more lively. I don't know, I'm worried about her. I just want the old Sally back. Hey guys. Hey Sally, what's up? I've been thinking about, you know, that time. Don't you guys think it was strange that... Did you guys hear that? Is that real or am I imagining that too? I honestly can't tell. Sounds like it was coming from my room. I don't like where this is going. Anna? You're the person from that one town, Miss Anna. Please, just call me Anna. This can't be happening. You're not real. This is all just in my head. Oh, I can assure you that I am real. Things are not quite as simple as you humans often think. You all refuse to accept the fact that there might be worlds other than your own. There are other worlds? Let me guess, you came from another one. That is correct. Not long after our encounter, Onette started falling apart. So I got pulled into some sort of rift. And the next thing I knew, I was here. That's fascinating. This is strange. I feel like I have my powers back, but how is that possible? I thought our powers were just part of the illusion. That is because there's something else coming through the rift. When I traveled through, something followed me. A horrid creature spawned from the illusion world, colliding with my own. It is distorting reality around itself and will destroy everything if it is not stopped. We must defeat it to seal the rift. I will help you as much as I can. Prepare yourselves. It emerges. The end of hope. Okay. Apparently we're doing this. I was not ready for that. It gave us some free items. That is so awesome. Like straight up, it just gave us... Actually, it upgraded our equipment even. I'm not sure how I feel about that. That feels a little weird. Okay, so we're gonna go defense up, shield, spy, and let's see what Anna can do. She's got a bunch of items, life up, healing, beta, which is the, yeah, that's the mid-tier one. And then offense up, defense up. Okay. Let's stack that. Okay, no weaknesses. Get the Shield of Light. That's an obnoxious start. Bash, bash. Raspberry tofu. Bash. I guess let's just go life up there. Let's have actually I think 2 of them just lost shields, so let's just use that again. And it doesn't seem to have any shielding right now, but let's go ahead and poison dart because I just realized I hadn't yet. And bash. Okay, apparently Anna's good at this. So this is very much, or so far this is very much just patience. There's something a little different. Keep those crits coming, I guess. This feels like a good time for a party platter. We'll have Sally use hers. Let's get a freeze going and bash bash. Glad we used that. Anna is ridiculous, apparently. Oh. Mash, mash, mash. That'll save Craig. Let's get that life up Omega. Freeze Omega. Yeah. Bash, bash. Sally with that guts recovery. I'm nervous. So I think I'm going to actually take a turn. That's not good. Disoriented is easily my least favorite thing. Do I have that? I don't. Life up Omega. Healing Beta. That might be bad. That should be okay. I mean, relatively okay. Yeah, let's top off. Should have actually recovered with Anna. They're just dropping stats left and right. I'm not a fan of this. That's probably why they gave us so many, or gave us stat boosters on Anna. I'm gonna defense boost. Oh, metal to melted into a puddle. Something else is clawing its way out of the puddle. Okay. Energy shield made this disappear. Of course it did. Okay, well, I'm glad that I started trying to recover my defenses. Yeah, I guess let's do what we normally do. And I'm actually gonna double offense boost up because it had just removed a bunch of stuff. This is trippy. Okay. Let's do a power drink just to top off. Let's do a spy. And let's just have Anna bash, I guess. What? It didn't say mortal damage, though. That's obnoxious. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and use that because I can. I don't think this removes it, but I'm gonna try. That did nothing. Oh my god. This is just obnoxious. That's what I was afraid of. Guess this is a good party platter time. I don't think I poison darted yet, so let's do that quick. Yeah, let's get in there, I guess. Okay, that just happened. I mean, the good news is we can just attack. And at this point, with all the buffs, we're doing decent damage, it looks like. Actually, yeah. Bash. No. Disorient, we actually need to heal. He can bash. She can heal herself. That's low enough health that I'm gonna get an Omega out. I haven't renewed shields in a little bit. And then let's bash. I only lost one, but we did take that huge attack from the black hole. I don't know how low their health is going to get from that attack, so I'm going to go ahead and just go again. Give Sally some MP back. That was a crit. Like, that was a beyond crit. I just remembered as I was watching that come up that it barely worked. Does that remove paralysis? I guess let's try it. Does. Okay. Raspberry tofu. And the black hole again. Shields are down. How much HP does this thing freaking have? Yeah, I guess top off. Well, no, let's, well. She's gonna eat some cake. Craig's gonna have a burger. Pie's just gonna attack. What? That's not good. The music just changed. New phase? Right back on their feet with Life Up Omega. Get Craig some MP back. Guess this is a round for getting shields back up and then just attacking a bunch. We got the shield out. We're starting to run really low on MP. I need to be aware of what I've got left. Namely, I have a bunch of party platters and subs left. So I need to be... Basically, I can't rely on Sally for all of my offense at this point. Or for all of my healing, rather. I need to utilize some of those other methods when I can. Luckily, he hasn't been doing... Nope, that actually wasn't the thing I was afraid he was going to do, so we'll take it. I was going to say status effects. Like he's stopped spamming status effects, which unfortunately means he's doing more damage. End of dreams melted away from this plane of existence. Okay. Dude, those things we just beat were from the illusion world, right? But they were definitely real. Feels like having my powers back. I would not get too attached to your powers. With the rift now closed, your powers will disappear in time. Those monsters, being the last remnants of the illusion world, were the only things that could open the rift. I could have ran on my parade. But won't you disappear too, Anna? Did I not explain before? I am not an illusion. I think I will remain in this world for a bit longer. It seems to be a pretty nice place. Perhaps I will see you again in the future. Farewell. she's gone. But it's finally over, right? Maybe I'll be able to put this whole thing behind me now. Okay, so who here is excited for Christmas? I bet I'm gonna get so many presents. First is candy, now it's presents. Is this sort of thing really all you think about? Okay, that's a cute ending. That was a cute ending. The end for real. Final thoughts. So, I have a weird... I ran into this same problem with one of the Mario World ROM hacks that I played last year for Halloween. And it is the fact that when you build something around a theme, as someone who isn't a professional game designer, it is really easy to get distracted with some of your ideas. And also, you don't have like a marketing team and stuff to tell what your actual thoughts and themes were. And I'll be fair and say, I didn't really like dig super deep into this. I saw that it was about Halloween. I thought it was a Halloween themed thing. It had Halloween elements to it. And it was based around Halloween. Was it good? Yes. I really enjoyed it overall. It had some really challenging parts that the original Earthbound definitely didn't. I guess the original Earthbound also had multi-bottle rockets, but I digress. It required more strategy. You had to use stat ups and stuff, and shields a lot more reliably to survive. It had a little bit too much grinding for me. And a few of the parts got really frustrating. But overall, it was still a really good experience. And like at the level of, this is one of those things where it's like, I think this person has a ton of cool ideas. I'd love to see what they do next. And I may have to look up if they have done anything else after this, because that's one of the big things with these, like, either indie game developers or ROM hack, developers, is, not everybody gets everything right on their first go around, and it's not like they're getting it's not like I paid big bucks for this. It's a free product. They're not getting anything for it. And despite that, it was really good, and there's a lot of elements to it that are better than a lot of things in professionally made games. So, yeah. Overall, I personally wish that it would have stuck to the Halloween theme more. Played on more classic tropes, kind of do like a more of a, like it did the Resident Evil, play on Resident Evil, maybe pull some Universal monsters in there and do some other cool stuff like that to play with it. If you're going to do the world is distorting and getting weirder as you go, give more of a sign of that instead of just putting weird stuff in the game. Because it just felt like it was just stuff getting inserted for no reason. And I feel like it would have, if there were more hints about why that stuff was there, I would not have been as frustrated. Except maybe at the text corruption and the invisible sprite section that went on for a long time. Anyway. Yes. I got frustrated a couple times. I took the piss out of this game as I was playing it. Honestly, it was great. And I am really glad that I got a chance to play it. Happy Halloween. The curse is broken. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give me a like and subscribe. Check out the other content on my channel. you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments. And as always, have a good one. We'll catch you next time.